Yeah.
Somehow you're logged on as me and it's showing you as the speaker on Zoom.
So do I log out?
Yes, please. Log in on your own browser. And welcome to this year's 6th annual Jazz Piano Christmas. My name is Paul Tobey. Thank you for joining me. As always, there are places you could be at this busy time of year, and I appreciate you spending some time. We're coming to you directly from Niagara-on-the-Lake, and it's a pleasure to be here. I've put some effort into this evening. I hope that you can stay for the duration. We're going to be probably about an hour and a half together. First thing I want to do, and somebody says the sound is a bit low, so I'll turn it up a little bit. If you can turn up your own sound, it would really help me out because my levels are basically set on this end and there's not much I could do at the moment. So I will check to see in Zoom if you can actually hear me. So find the chat area, please, and just let me know, hey, Paul, how's it going? I can hear you just fine. That would be great. And, of course, for the YouTube people, if you want to join the chat there and let us know that we're all together, I would appreciate it. Thanks so much. And there is a new message. You can hear me. Excellent. Hey, bud, it's Jerry. Sound is good. Excellent. Well, we'll see. The piano has yet to come. So there is going to be maybe some level issues. We'll kind of address those as we go forward. Please don't be shy. If you have some suggestions for sound that you want us to work on, I mean, we put a lot of effort into getting sound for both platforms, YouTube and Zoom. So I can tell you right off the bat that the sound on YouTube is going to be a little bit better because it's a little bit less compressed. Zoom has this compression algorithm that's not the greatest, but if you're joining us on Zoom just to chat, that's great, but also the YouTube link is in the email that we sent you. I hope everybody has a good evening. I want to say Merry Christmas to all. I got my little glass of wine here. This is my first glass of wine today, and I've saved it for now, and I just want to say Merry Christmas and a toast to all of you for showing up today. I really appreciate it. And I will open up the chat on Zoom so they can talk to me. We'll do that in a little bit. Let's play a couple of tunes first. The first thing I'm going to do is launch into something that I think you'll all recognize. So here we go. Okay. I've got Rich from Hawaii saying sounds wonderful. Well, that's good. I'm glad the sound is working for you. Try to, if you're listening along and you hear kind of like an echo or something, it's because I probably forgot to turn off the vocal mic. So just let me know of these things. I'd really appreciate it. Kind of keep an eye on things for me if you wouldn't mind. There's a lot of tech going on here, so I've got to keep an eye on everything. All right. So that was, of course, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's something that I actually did a tutorial on on a recent Saturday. We do these live streams every Saturday for jazz pianists around the world. We get about a couple hundred people on those live streams. It's every Saturday at 11 o'clock. Unless you're a piano player, you probably wouldn't get a lot out of it because they're kind of advanced tutorials. But if you're kind of thinking, hey, I want to listen to a little bit of jazz, tune in on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock right here on the Jazz Mental YouTube channel. Some of you probably recognize that we've got quite a few subscribers on YouTube. I think the audience for jazz pianists is definitely growing, and it's something that I've been really working at the last year or so. And I want to just give a quick shout out to anybody from the Jazz Pianist group. And if you could just identify yourselves on YouTube or on Zoom, that would be great. Just say, hey, I kind of hang out with Paul on a regular basis. That would be great. So the next thing I'm going to do is, how many of you are familiar with the Christmas movie with Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, Rosemary Clooney, who's, of course, one of the great jazz singers of all time? It's, of course, called White Christmas. And what I decided to do, hey, Robert and Kathleen, I'm glad you're having a nice glass of wine and enjoying. And, of course, Jerry and Rich and Francis and Emoti. Oh, also from the jazz group. That's great. Kim, nice to see you. I'll check in on Zoom right after this. I'm just kind of paying attention to the YouTube stream because that's what my software is showing me right now. What I want to do is play 5 songs from White Christmas, and we're going to play a little game here. So I'm not actually sure if you saw the movie White Christmas. And of course, you can raise your hand in the chat area and say, hey, me, I saw it. If you could do that, that would be awesome. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 5 songs from the movie White Christmas. Now, some of them are going to be a bit more recognizable than others, but if you're familiar with the movie, you'll probably be able to name every single one of the songs. So that's what we're going to do. The first one, and of course you have to wait till the last tune, so write them down or keep them in your head, and then write the names of the songs in order in the chat, either on Zoom or YouTube. I'd appreciate that. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see if you can catch all 5. Okay. Well, let's have it. Who wants to come on Zoom? I'm going to unmute you. Don't unmute all of yourselves at the same time, okay? So post your answers in the chat area of both platforms. Well, whichever platform you're on. And I'm going to just bring on somebody one at a time. Just unmute yourself if you have all five. If you have all five, just come on Zoom and hopefully I can hear you. Is anybody there? And even if you don't have all five, if you've got at least four of them, you can come on. I don't hear anybody yet. Why don't I hear anybody? Let me make sure my audio is working. My audio is working, so I should be able to hear somebody on Zoom. And even if you don't have any answers, come on Zoom and let me know you're there at least. Okay, so somebody said White Christmas is all they got. Okay, I'll let you know what they are in a moment. But somebody come, please, say hi to me.
Can you hear me, Paul?
Yes, who's this?
This is Francine.
Hi, friends. Francine,
Hi,
Quebec,
thanks for the
how are you?
wonderful invitation. So here from Quebec City, watching your fingers on that piano. I wish I could do that.
I know. I've been doing it for a few years, Francine, yeah?
I know, I enjoy it every time.
So is Alberto with you?
No, well, he's watching I'm sorry to say, what's happening in the United States. That vote on TV.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, so he's doing other things, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, and also I see Philippe Boussière is here as well. Bonsoir, Philippe. Nice to see you. Okay, Francine, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to check the answers because I'm looking at the chat in Zoom, and we don't have much answers here. Let's go over to YouTube and see if we got more answers over there. All they got. Okay. I'll let you know what they are in a moment.
Can you hear me speaking, Paul?
Who's this?
Can you hear me?
Yes, who's this?
Mark, this is Francine.
Okay, who's ever talking who isn't supposed to be talking, please, I'm going to mute everybody again. And whoever was just on here asking to speak to me, go ahead and unmute yourself again, please. We lost them.
Hi, Paul.
Oh, here we go. Who's that?
Nick Deutsch.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Good. Sounding great.
Okay, thank you. For those of you that don't know, this is my college piano teacher. And his name is Nick Deutsch. And we've been friends for how many years now, Nick? It's been like...
He's 40.
40 years. It's crazy, right? Thank you for all of your instruction. It helps.
Well, you're playing beautifully.
All right.
Great.
Thanks
Great
a lot.
to hear you. Okay.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Hi, Paul. It's Mark.
Hey, Mark.
hear
How
me?
are you?
There, just to make sure I'm here.
Yeah, you're there. I'm going to, and nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I'm just going to mute everybody now just to play another tune. I'm glad the chat works, though. It was a bit of work getting it flowing through the system for everybody. So anyway, thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Cheers. Okay, we've gone ahead and muted people in the chat on. For those of you, I don't know, can you actually hear them speaking in YouTube? I haven't quite figured that part out yet. I'm not sure if you can or not. Maybe you could let me know in the chat area of YouTube if you could actually hear the people talking. Okay, I'm going to move on and play another Christmas tune. This one, I think you should all recognize. This one's called I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's actually one of my favorite tunes to play. Oh, right, we didn't get the names of the songs yet. So Elizabeth has an answer. She says the 5 songs are, and I haven't seen anything written yet. I'm going to tell you what they are. Okay, so here's the 5 songs in order. And by the way, if you're writing them down now, Elizabeth, you're going to be a little bit too late. Okay, and I'm glad you can hear the other people on Zoom because that's kind of cool. I'm glad for that. So here are the 5 songs in order. 1 was Blue Skies. Blue Skies, right? Okay. The second tune was Sisters. So it's where Rosemary Clooney and her sister introduced themselves with the tune, right? Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. Right? Oh, and Elizabeth's got one. It's called Count Your Blessings. Yes, there was also this one, which is the best things happen while you're dancing. So it's called The Best Things Happen While You're Dancing. And then the next one was Count Your Blessings. Thank you, Elizabeth. That's good. And then, of course, the last one was White Christmas. I don't think we missed any, so that's all 5 of them. Anyway, thanks for participating in that. I don't think anybody got all 5, but it's nice to hear you were listening and checking it out. All right, let's play I'll Be Home for Christmas. So that was I'll Be Home for Christmas. A couple of people are mentioning that the sound wasn't loud enough on Zoom. So I think we're pushing out the same amount of volume on both channels. So if one is working better for you than the other, that's great. Edith, thank you so much. Hey, Anna from the Jazz Pianist Group. Nice to see you. Jit and Rich and everybody else who's joining us here. I'm just going to check on the Zoom side, see how everybody's doing over there. And by the way, if you want to give a round of applause, there's little reactions that you can do on Zoom. So go to the bottom of your screen and hit the reactions button. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Let me see if I can find it myself. Yeah, there's a little react button. It's got a little heart on it at the bottom. So if you just click that, and I'm just gonna kind of throw that in there. So you can see there's claps and people are doing that. That's great. I'm going to unmute everybody after the next tune, but it's, again, just kind of hanging out with us on Christmas. It's really nice to see you. By the way, if you're just joining us, Merry Christmas. If you want to catch the beginning of the concert right from 7 a.m., you can, of course, rewind the live stream, and you can also watch the replay as soon as we're done. It will be posted on YouTube. It will not be posted on Zoom, but you can catch the replay on YouTube and just check your email for that link, and it is there. All right, so that was I'll Be Home for Christmas. I think you all recognize that, of course. You know me, I have to kind of do my jazz thing, which means I have to turn it into something. Let's play something a little more up. It's going to start slowly and then get somewhere else. This is something that we used to do as kids in the junior choir at Colburn Street United Church. This is called God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Hey, Rhoda, I'm sorry you have to go too. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Catch the repeat later as it shows up on YouTube immediately after the live stream, which will probably end in about 45 minutes. Hey, great you could join us. Lori, Brian, Blossom, Rhoda, James, Catherine, Emoti, nice to see you all here. Gonna check in on the Zoom side. Hey, Ed and Jerry and Jim Linnington, nice to see you. Karen Clowder, of course, you are a regular attendee to these Christmas affairs. I'm gonna just quickly unmute or allow yourselves to unmute yourselves. So if one person or more than one could come on and talk, that'd be great. Make sure you can all hear me. If you want to just come on and say hi, I don't really have an agenda other than just kind of checking in with you and see how your Christmas is going. Hey, Karen, glad you're happy to be here. If nobody wants to come and talk to me, I'll just play some more music. Agenda, other than just kind of checking in with you and see how your Christmas is going. Hey, Karen, glad you're happy to be here. Excellent.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, nice to
Joanne
see
and
you.
Brent.
Who's this? If nobody wants to come and talk to me, I'll just play more music.
Paul, this is Mark. I want to wish you and everybody.
Okay, good to see you. I'm gonna mute everybody again. Excellent.
Hi, Paul.
I muted everybody. If one person at a time could do it, I know it's like everybody's like, okay, Paul wants to talk to us. I do want to talk to you. I just can only do it one at a time. And then if more people get on it, it's just kind of like echoes. So if you come on and you hear somebody else talking, just quickly mute yourself. That'd be great. I couldn't hear any of that.
Okay. I want Paul.
Hi.
This is Mark. I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy holiday. It's glad that, anyways, it's glad to actually see you in person, playing the piano, and you do a great job.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Merry Christmas to you and Happy Hanukkah and all those things. I'm glad you were here, and we'll catch up with you later. Yeah.
Yeah. I also enjoyed reading your book that you wrote. It's you sent it out to me, so it's great.
I sent you. Oh yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Did you read the whole thing?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So it was good.
For those of you that don't know, I wrote a couple of books. I think I sent you Suggestology. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. It's kind of like it's called Suggestology, the art of asking questions so you can get what you want, or asking the right questions so you can get what you want. Yeah, nice. Anyway, there you go. I think more, I know that Lori and Al are here tonight. I don't know if Lori ever read my book. Lori, are you going to come on and say hi? Or
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I see you sitting there kicking back, having a good time.
Yeah, relaxing, loving to listen to your play. It's just so sweet and
Good. Thank you so
beautiful.
much. Is the sound okay on your end? I know you're on Zoom.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
it sounds perfect here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You read the book.
Yeah, I read the book. Yes, of course. I read the book. The book was great.
All right. Well, good to see you. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Hello,
Who's this?
this is Conrad.
Hey, Conrad.
How are you?
Excellent. Thank you. How are you?
I'm also on the Jazz Pianists Facebook page,
Okay.
and I play piano myself. So that's how I came. That's
And-
how I came to you.
And how long have you been here since the beginning, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, since the 7th. So I was.
Yeah, I
Check
don't
us from
know
afar.
if Christmas music is your thing, but I grew up in the church, so it's kind of my thing.
Yeah. Christmas is my thing. I love Charlie Brown Christmas, and I have a request. If you can oblige, do you know we needed a little Christmas from the main musical?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one of my favorite
But
tunes.
I'm sure I could find sheet music. I kind of have an agenda, so I'm going to get through that. If there's still time at the end, I'll check out the music and I'll play it. Fair enough?
Sure.
Okay. Cheers.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, by the
Merry
way.
Christmas. Thanks for coming. Actually, he did mention a Charlie Brown Christmas. I'm not going to play the main theme, which is, of course, this. Kind of typically do that because my family really expects me to, because I've been playing that since I was a kid. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play something else from a Charlie Brown Christmas special. This one's called Skating. It's where Snoopy is on the ice with no skates on, doing loops and things. I don't know how he does it. He must have really sharp feet. Yeah, jamming out on a little skating from A Charlie Brown Christmas. I love that show. I'm going to play something from that special a little bit later. What I want to do now is I want to switch gears a little bit, and I know there's a few classical player lovers out there. So what I'm going to do is play something that I used to play my mother every year. Now, my mom, Joy Tobey, was really Mrs. Claus, and she was she made Christmas special, and she's been gone a lot of years now, more than 20, and we miss her dearly. And I can't help but play this song and think of her, because it's just Christmas. It's just actually not Christmas without this song and thinking of my mother, Marjorie Joy Tobey. And for those of you that are family out there, I'm pretty sure that you would agree with me that she was the greatest, and we miss her dearly. So this song is for her. This is J.S. Bach. This is called Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring. Now, of course, that wasn't all Bach. I improvised a bit in the middle just to kind of show that improvisation is possible with Bach. And Anna, thanks for pointing that out. Glad you loved the improvisational part. My pleasure. As I mentioned, it's something that I do every year. I just try to remember it, memorized over the years. And it just represented my mother so much. It was actually her favorite tune. And I'm not sure if the word joy, Jesu joy, because that's her name, was really the reason for that. It's just always something that she loved. And I still remember the day she passed away, we brought a CD player into the emergency room where she passed away. And we played this music for her, and it was probably the last music that she heard before she passed away. And it was from an album that I did called Christmas at the Piano. It's here, actually. This one, I don't know if you can see that. There. I kind of hold it up there. It's called Christmas at the Piano. And actually, I sent everybody an email because I just brought out this new CD called It's Time, which is actually one of the nicest things I think I've ever done. It's got a lot of jazz standards on here, and there's some liner notes and stuff like that. I sent everybody an email because I want you to pick up a copy of this for yourself. And if you do, we're going to give you this one for free. So basically you buy It's Time, and we're going to give you this Christmas one for free. And what I want to do is just quickly show you where that is if you didn't get the email, because you're going to need a coupon code. So let me just show you where it is. So we're going to go here, go to paultobey.com, and then if you click the shop page, the very first thing, it said Paul Tobey's new CD, It's Time, and Christmas at the Piano CD. So just basically add that to your cart, and then the cart should show. And then right here it says apply coupon, and you're going to apply this coupon. It's called Jazz Piano Christmas. Make sure. Doesn't matter whether it's caps or not. Let's just apply that coupon. Make sure that, oops, I spelled it wrong. Jazz Piano Christmas, apply coupon. Does that work? Yep. So you can see it basically discounts the price of one CD. There's a little bit of a shipping cost, and we're just going to ship it through Canada Post. I hope that's okay. And so just pick up one. And if you don't want both of them, you can give away one for Christmas. But I think it's something I wanted to do to reward you for showing up today. So anyway, there you go. And check for the email, because there's instructions in the email as well. All right, let's get back to the music a little bit. And then after this, we'll check in and see how everybody's doing in Zoom and see if anybody wants to come on and talk to me. So get prepared for that, because there's going to be a quiz. No, there's not. All right, let's play a little Carol of the Bells, because this is kind of one of my favorite things. And this arrangement I attempted last year. I think it'll be quite a bit better this year. I guess we'll see. But there's a lot of notes here, so let's see how this goes. Carol of the Bells. Yeah, okay. That was a lot of notes. That deserves a drink of wine. I think through most of that. It was fun. How many of you dug that one? I'm going to take a quick break because my hands need a rest after that one. So I'm just going to go on Zoom and unmute or allow you to unmute yourselves and see if anybody wants to comment on that piece.
Hi, Paul. It's Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, I love the Bach. That was great with the improvisation. That was great. Great stuff.
Thanks.
The old J.S. Bach would have been proud of you because he was a great improviser himself, as you know.
Well, I do, and I also remember your courses in college about counterpoint.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Bach was and it still is my favorite. But it was great to hear you improvise on it because that's what it's all about. So it was great to hear that. I enjoyed that.
Well, I appreciate that, Nick. Thanks for coming on and saying hi. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Cheers. Still waiting on someone else to come.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, who's this?
Cheers. It's Karen
Karen.
Clowder.
Hey, Karen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too. How's the music going? I see you on Facebook all the time doing a bunch of stuff. That's cool.
Lots of stuff coming up. It's wonderful. Nice to be singing on a regular basis.
Good for you. Yeah. How's the voice?
I look forward to the time that we can sing again together.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, you're welcome. And this goes for anybody that's online today. Hey, just let us know when you're coming to Niagara-on-the-Lake. We'll be here.
We'll make plans. That would be wonderful.
All right. Cheers, Karen. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely enjoying the improvisation that you do is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm enjoying it so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Cheers.
Cheers. Let's do one more person and then I'll get back to the music.
Hey, Paul, it's Charles here. I just invited another couple from Niagara-on-the-Lake. They're going to sign on in a moment. Shirley and her husband that are fellow real estate agents from Niagara-on-the-Lake. Really great couple. And I've sent them the link. They're going to sign on. I got a white wine here. I'm joining in and having fun.
Okay, Charles. Did you just show up now or did you finish your thing already?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent. Well, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
For sure.
For those of you that don't know Charles and I are good friends. He and I play golf together, which is always fun to do. And I wish it were golf season now, but it's not. It's Christmas season. And it's just as much fun. Let's do something called Most Wonderful Time of the Year. This is something that I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It's not something that I play all the time. And let's just see how this goes. I'm going to do it probably a little bit differently than you're used to. Let's just mute my microphone here so we don't get some feedback. Okay, so that was a little different. That's actually fun. Why is it truncating people's comments? Is it just me? I'm just kind of watching the YouTube comments. And by the way, Bobby and Lori and Rich and the rest of the gang, Anna, nice to see you. I think this was, some people say, hey, this was one of their favorites. I think me too. I'm glad we got that recorded. So it'll be on the live stream later for the YouTube replay. And I'm looking forward to actually listening to that back because I'm not exactly sure where that came from. But it was fun. Definitely. And got a little bit of time left. I've got a couple of more selections for you. I'm going to play a couple of short things. Let's see. Okay, this is something that I used to do in the church. I played a couple of Christmas carols tonight. I played some Bach. I played some Christmas standards, which everybody knows. I think you'll know this tune. This one's called Angels We Have Heard on High. It's a very, very traditional Christmas carol, and it's a beautiful, beautiful song. If you're not really familiar with it, and I'm sure all the church people are, but if you haven't heard it before, this is, again, Angels We Have Heard on High. So, Jeanette, I'm not sure if you're referring to this version or the song before, but that was Angels We Have Heard on High. It's actually one of my favorite Christmas carols of all time. Bobby says, Bill Evans, We Have Heard on High. Very sophisticated. Yeah, there was a little bit of Bill Evans. There's probably a lot of Bill Evans in my playing here and there. Thanks for noticing. And Business Tech Ninja says, woo, which is Melody. Hey, Melody, nice to see you. I didn't see you not that long ago. Kind of cool. Let's just unmute and see, allow participants to unmute themselves. If anybody wants to come on and say a quick hello before we finish up. I've got a couple more tunes to play. I know that we only said 8:30 and some of you have to go, so I'll probably pick one more and then we'll call it a night. I do have other selections, but we did spend some time speaking with people. So if you want to come on and quickly unmute yourself, that would be great. Even if you've come on before, you can come on again and say hi. Mark says, thanks for all the great music. Lori and Al, bunch of claps. Oh, you finally figured out where the reactions are. I see people using the clapping. Really cool. Paul and Nancy, in every way, we'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, same to you as well, Greg. Thank you so much. Agreed. The most beautiful time, and you make it magical for us all. Hey, my pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's really nice. I see nobody wants to come on and talk to me, but that's okay.
I do.
Who does? Who's this?
Lori.
Hey, Lori, how you doing?
How did your concert go this summer? The one that was it Niagara? It was in
Yeah,
Niagara.
so we did a concert for Music Niagara, which is an organization that has been around in this area for many, many years, and they host one jazz concert a year. And this year I was it, and it went very well. Thank you for asking. It was at Spirit in Niagara, and for those of you that ever come to Niagara on the Lake, Spirit in Niagara is a great venue. You can pack a lot of people in there, and we did sell the place out, so it was kind of nice, and people had a really good night. So thanks for asking, Lori. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Yeah.
Good.
Doing
Hey,
great.
Al, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good.
See you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Everyone. Okay, so I'm going to probably just play one more selection. I have a choice of like 5 different things because I didn't get to everything. So let's just jam out on something. See if you recognize it. And I'll just kind of do my thing. I didn't actually practice this, but I probably know this song well enough to not have to practice because there's just not that many chords. But we'll probably add some extra chords to it. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't get it from me, Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a good night. Let's play this. I'll come back on, and then we'll leave Zoom on to see if people want to chat with each other for a little bit. And anyway, let's play the tune. I don't know. Sometimes I just get carried away. Well, listen, I hope everybody's had a wonderful Jazz Piano Christmas. My name is Paul Tobey, and on behalf of the Tobey family here, my wife Nancy and I and my son Adrian and his lovely wife Alicia, we thank you so much for attending the 6th annual Jazz Piano Christmas. It's been a real pleasure. I've allowed some of you to unmute yourselves if you want to just come and say hi, but that's all for the music for this evening. I really appreciate your attentiveness and your listening skills and all of the comments, which have been really, really lovely. If you could, when the live stream gets posted to YouTube, as soon as the stream ends, we will be appreciative if you could just make a comment there instead of the chat area. And you can't do that until the actual video is posted. But if you want to share it with a few friends and play it at Christmas time, that would be great. It's been lovely having you. And a quick shout out to everybody who's here: Richard, Mr. Lightning, Kim, Bob, Melody, Lori, Brian, Sheila. Nice to see you. Jit, I think that's how you pronounce it. Jeanette, Sheila, Bev. Hey, Bev, Joel. Nice to see you from Colburn Street United Church. Hope that you caught some of the things from our childhood. Bobby Strickland, Adrian. Thank you so much, Adrian. I appreciate it. And also, like I said, anybody who wants to come on just quickly and chat in Zoom and say a quick Merry Christmas, you have the ability to unmute yourselves. And much appreciated.
Paul, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you. Who's this?
Mark.
Oh, Mark. How you doing? Sorry.
Great. But I really loved your renditions of the song. It adds more dynamics. It's just more of just greatness to it.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Always fantastic, Paul.
Hey, Charles. How you doing? That's a voice I recognize. Okay, well, listen. I just wanted to say, on behalf, like I said, of my family, to you and yours, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully next year will be a great one for you. I wish you all the best. And I will be here in Niagara-on-the-Lake for the duration. So if you're coming down, and lots of people come to this area just for fun. So if you're coming down to have some fun, please give us a shout out before you come. I really appreciate that. The stream is going to end now. So thank you. And we'll see you all next year for another Jazz Piano Christmas. Good night, everyone. It'll be the 7th annual next year. We'll see you then. Take care.